Hi everyone. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to English Book Bites, where we explore the world's most inspiring books and turn them into simple, meaningful lessons you can apply to your own life. Today's book is not just a story. It's a journey about dreams, courage, destiny, and listening to your heart. The book is called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. This book has touched millions of readers around the world because it speaks to something deep inside all of us, the dream we are afraid to follow. Let's begin this beautiful journey together. And don't forget to subscribe to English Book Bites for more inspiring book summaries. The central idea of The Alchemist. At its heart, The Alchemist is about one powerful idea. When you truly want something, the whole universe helps you achieve it. The book teaches us that every person has a personal legend, a unique purpose or dream that gives life meaning. Most people abandon their dreams because of fear, comfort, or doubt. But true happiness comes from listening to your heart and following your personal legend. Santiago, the shepherd with a dream. The story follows a young shepherd boy named Santiago. Santiago lives a simple life, traveling with his sheep across the hills of Spain. He enjoys freedom, reading books, and sleeping under the stars. But one night, Santiago has a recurring dream. He sees a treasure hidden near the pyramids of Egypt. The dream feels different, powerful, and real. Santiago begins to wonder, could this dream mean something? The king of Salem and the idea of destiny. Santiago meets a mysterious old man who introduces himself as Melchizedek, the king of Salem. The king tells Santiago about personal legends and destiny. He explains that when we are young, we know what we want. But as we grow older, fear and society convince us that our dreams are impossible. He also teaches Santiago about omens, signs the universe gives us to guide our path. Before leaving, the king gives Santiago 2 stones, Urim, Thummim. They represent clarity and decision-making when Santiago feels lost. Encouraged, Santiago decides to sell his sheep and follow his dream. Leaving comfort behind, Santiago travels to Africa, a place completely unknown to him. Almost immediately, he is robbed and left with nothing. This moment represents a powerful lesson. Following your dream does not mean life will be easy. Santiago feels hopeless, but instead of giving up, he chooses to keep going. He learns that setbacks are not signs to quit. They are lessons that build strength. The Crystal Merchant, Fear of Dreams. Santiago begins working for a crystal merchant. The merchant has always dreamed of going to Mecca, but he is too afraid to change his life. This character shows what happens when people choose comfort over dreams. Santiago improves the shop, earns money, and gains confidence. But he realizes something important. Money is not his dream. The treasure is still calling him. So once again, he chooses the unknown over safety. The journey through the desert. Santiago joins a caravan crossing the desert toward Egypt. Here, he learns patience, silence, and observation. The desert teaches him that life moves in cycles, and that listening is sometimes more powerful than speaking. During this journey, Santiago meets an Englishman who is searching for an alchemist. The Englishman represents book knowledge, while Santiago learns through experience. The book teaches us that wisdom comes from living, not just reading. Fatima, love, and destiny. In the oasis, Santiago meets Fatima, a woman he deeply loves. For the first time, Santiago considers staying, but Fatima encourages him to follow his dream. She teaches him an important lesson. True love does not stop your destiny. It supports it. This shows that real love gives freedom, not fear. The Alchemist, listening to the heart. Santiago finally meets the alchemist, a wise guide who understands the language of the universe. The alchemist teaches Santiago that fear is the greatest obstacle to happiness. The heart knows the truth. The soul of the world connects all living things. He teaches Santiago to listen to his heart, even when it is afraid. The alchemist says, "Your heart is where your treasure is." Transformation and courage. During their journey, Santiago is tested. He must prove that he understands the language of the world by turning himself into the wind. This moment symbolizes inner transformation. Santiago realizes that belief, courage, and faith are more powerful than fear. By trusting himself and the universe, he succeeds. The treasure and the final lesson. Santiago finally reaches the pyramids, only to discover that the real treasure is not there. After another setback, he learns that the treasure was buried back in Spain, near the place where his journey began. This teaches a beautiful lesson. Sometimes we must travel far to discover what was already inside us. Santiago returns home and finds the treasure, gold and jewels. But more importantly, wisdom, confidence, and self-understanding. The alchemist is not about gold. It is about following your dreams, trusting yourself, overcoming fear, listening to your heart, believing in signs, embracing the journey. The real treasure is who you become along the way. Everyone has a personal legend. Fear is the enemy of dreams. The universe speaks through signs. Love supports destiny. The journey matters more than the destination. True wealth is inner growth. Paulo Coelho reminds us that life rewards courage. When you choose comfort, life stays small. When you choose your dream, life becomes meaningful. If you're afraid to start, remember, every great journey begins with one step. Thank you for joining English Book Bites. If you enjoyed this summary, please like, share, and subscribe. Together, we'll keep exploring books that inspire us to dream bigger, live braver, and listen to our hearts. See you next time for another inspiring 10 to 15-minute journey through a world-changing book.